Or was it something else? Got the sword in there. I want this down here. Totem up there. Pearls. Oh shit, the pearls are full. Oh, I got you. Well, that kind of sucks, huh? Did you get in trouble for it? You didn't get in trouble for it, right? I'm gonna leave that there for when we get back. Oh, okay. I mean, it was just an hour. Yeah. Yeah, I was gonna say, an hour's not bad, but if it was like first thing in the morning, then yeah, you probably would have gotten in trouble. Good job, Hafnium. You did good. All right, we got voted to do a YouTube video. So I'm gonna do a YouTube video about nether scrap farming. We could keep the music going because the music doesn't make it to VODs on my stream. Twitch clips and VODs don't pick up the music, so I can do whatever. A YouTube video, beautiful day, Cybex. I technically couldn't say what was happening yet. I got you. All right, so I'm gonna put on my face here. You guys, I'm not gonna turn alerts off. So if you want to do weird stuff, you can do weird stuff. Ending the stream during the video though is not gonna count. So nice try. And let's go. We'll do the whole shebang. We'll do the whole shebang. So let me put my hands up like this. That way OMIM knows to look for this when he's editing a video, to not put this part in because it's going to be a YouTube video. Or actually, he can leave it in. Whatever. I don't care. Okay. Hey guys, welcome in. My name's Terahdra. We're going to be doing a live Minecraft tutorial on my stream, and this is going to go on YouTube. So if you're watching on YouTube, welcome. What we're going to be discussing here is how to find netherite scrap and my way of doing it, my method. So for those of you who don't know, I'm playing in a hardcore world. This is my hardcore world. We are 518 days in, so it's kind of a baby world. We've died in recent times, and I have a lot of netherite tools. Make sure there's no piglins around before I open this chest. But I have a lot of netherite pickaxes, and we're actually going to be making some more. And someone asked me how I acquire all of my scrap. So let's go over. Oh, well, hold on. Please hold. Let's go over how I get my scrap, and I'll talk to you through the process as well. So what we do is, it's plain and simple. I like to find an area that is very netherrack dense. And I like to dig down to y equals 12 and search and just dig. And there's a couple of strategies that I have. And once I find our way out here, I'll go over it with you. You know, I don't like doing it in a Crimson Forest biome if I can help it, only because the Crimson Forest is a very dangerous place. And you can die very easily to hoglins. And there's really no way to stop the hoglins from spawning or coming after you. So let's go this way. This is our nether. I'll pick a spot. We'll go closer to our fortress. We have a fortress over here. I'll start over here and we'll dig down. So we'll go right here and face this direction. There's plenty of netherrack. We should be good to go to get to the bottom. So first things first, locate netherrack. Netherrack's the easiest thing to cut through. If you have efficiency 4 or higher on your pickaxe go burr, and you can cut through really fast. You can find netherrack everywhere, but the deeper you go, the less monsters you have to deal with, the less gas you got to deal with, and the easier things just become overall. So we're just going to dig down here. We're not going to dig for very long. I'm probably going to go 30 minutes to an hour just to kind of show you an average. I've got, in recent streams, I got 65 pieces of scrap in 3 hours. So just to give you an idea of yields. If you ever come across a situation like this, where you have an opening and you know you can keep going further, just build a little bridge. Get yourself through. We could just drop straight down, if that's your preference too, but I like having a stairwell up and down and not having to just kind of YOLO yourself in to all the mess, as the kids would say. So let me go here and hop ourselves down. I'm not really worried about anything that's going to spawn in here, because the only thing that's going to spawn in a nether waste is going to be your zombie piglins. Don't hit them, obviously, because if you aggro all of them, they're going to hurt you. And we're just going to dig for a while. We'll check our Y via F3 here soon. Magma blocks. This shows that you're getting near lava, which isn't the best sign, but they also naturally spawn here. We're going to crouch when we hop down, that way we don't take any damage. And hopefully we make it back down into netherrack again. This is cool. We're right around like 25-ish. Sometimes we find a piece while we're doing this, but it's really rare, and I wouldn't guarantee doing that. Different people like to use TNT or beds. If that's your way of doing things, go for it. I don't like it because it makes a mess. And I tried watching a tutorial on YouTube just for fun of someone using TNT, and every time they made an explosion, they said, "Oh wait, there's too much lava here. It's not worth cleaning up. Move on." And I'm not about that. I will show you exactly how to get your highest yields, your fastest yields, and your greatest clear times, while also getting exactly what you want in the end. There's lava here. There's a lava pool here. Let's see how we can shake this out. Being able to clear lava and knowing your way around it is also super important. If you're new to this kind of stuff and this is your first time, you'll pick it up as you go along. So it looks like we've got lava down there. Hopefully we can bypass this by continuing to hop further down. We're kind of at the edge of a biome, it looks like. Lava's as viscous in the nether as water is in the overworld. So this is what I call the end of a biome. It's just lava. So we're gonna actually turn. Oh no, there's lava there too. Okay, so hold on. Let's back up just a hair. Sometimes you'll run into this. We're gonna go this way instead. And we're gonna go down here. We're very close to Y12. But you want to find where you have nice long runs. That way you can just dig for a while and have your best shot at finding what you need. Okay, so this is an end of biome as well. We got a little lower down though. So let's go back this way here. Maybe this isn't the most ideal spot. This happens as well too. Don't feel bad if the first spot you get to is just nothing but lava. Here's 13, and then this is 12. This is what I call home. If you got some torches, or if you have some different blocks to kind of mark this as your stairwell, go ahead and do it. If you want to add some netherite brick stairs or some stone stairs to make it easier to go up and down, you can do that too. But I wouldn't do it until you know you can dig for a while. Too high by too wide. I like to aim my cursor at the center of the 4 blocks and move in a circle. And this is how I cut. And I just do that in a straight line. And this is literally how I go. I usually save the gravel until later, but I put my shovel on second in case I want to grab it and just clear it out. And you do this. This is literally what you do. Go at this pace, at this speed, until you hit lava, until you hit the end of a biome. When you do, just turn 90 degrees in one direction and go. What you want to do, so this is a new biome, we're not going to dig here, so we're going to turn 90 degrees and go this way. We want to stay in netherrack as much as possible. Now you could hug this biome and dig a little closer here, and then dig a little closer there. If that's your thing. We'll discuss lava here in just a second. So if you run into a pocket of lava, the best thing to do in a panic is to dig the hole in front of you. That way the lava falls into that hole. It won't come after you. You won't burn. And that's how you can probably tackle the lava very quickly. If you run into more than one block, consider it the end of a biome and move around. It could also be a lava lake, depending on the size, and that shouldn't be too much of an issue. Some people like Blackstone. Blackstone appears in small pockets in the netherrack waste. Make your way through those if you can. It's not going to slow you down that much, and continue your dig forward. Sometimes the nether crystals blocks look like scrap when you come across them, but netherite scrap is going to look like chocolate Swiss rolls that you would buy at the grocery store. They have like a spiral end to them. You can break them with any pick, and we actually just ran into an area that I've dug before, so that's kind of hilarious. We're gonna pretend like this isn't here, and we're gonna turn and go this way, like we reached the end of the biome. We're just gonna turn 90 degrees and go right. So pretend there was lava here on this side. We've obviously ran into our other end of our farming area that we use, but you can see how large of an area you can get to, and you can see where I've kind of stopped because you hit the quote-unquote end of biome. So you want to reach the end where you think there's lava and take a turn. You can go back and cut around it and find better ways to it and through it in the future, but once you reach something like this, you know you can't go any further. So then you turn again. If you hit it there, move a few blocks over. It's not going to be the end of the world, but it could be the end of the biome. Let's go a couple blocks this way. Sometimes you got to find the edge that works. Here we go. We're skirting right by. So we just turned right again, so now we were 3/4 of the way around our square. That might just be a lake. I don't think that's the end. But we're going to turn here anyways. And we're going to finish a square or a rectangle. And what this does is it gives you an area to clear to look for scrap or ancient debris. One thing I like to do is I like to keep gold that I find. So if you want to, a really neat trick if you've never stacked items in your inventory before, grab some gold and then create stacks in your inventory. That way if you full up on a stack, because you're going to be down here for a while, it'll actually just keep accumulating as you go. Gold is super important at all stages of the game. You're going to need it for various parts of different things, and it's super helpful to have a lot early. This is our square here. You can continue this, or if you want to, you can go in a different direction. The world is your oyster when it comes to this, as long as you can find your way back to your stairwell when you're done. Keeping the holes 2 by 2 makes it to where you're not gonna be spawning like magma cubes if you go in close to a basalt biome. It makes it to where you're not spawning ghasts if you're using like TNT or something. It keeps it nice and small. You can't really jump, but it's a nice tight little circle to keep you focused on what you're trying to work on and cutting away. Now you're gonna have some dry spells where you're gonna go a long time, or maybe even a pickaxe or two without finding any debris. But when you do start finding it, it's gonna get really easy, and this method is gonna make a lot of sense. It's less cleanup than TNT. It feels like it's faster to me because you're actually moving through the biome and you're digging. You're not clearing out that much. Some people I know like to do a 3 by 3. So if you're interested in doing that, you could. The only bad thing about a 3 by 3 is you can't really get into a rhythm. You always have to stop and either catch the middle block or readjust your positioning. And sometimes you break random blocks around the edge, and it makes for a very messy area. This is just straightforward. And also about 3 blocks high, you're going to spawn Enderman. You really don't want to deal with Enderman if you can help it. So keeping it 2 by 2 keeps you away from some of the troublesome blocks. You still get hoglins if you're in a crimson biome, which is why I don't like going crimson if I can help it. And hopefully, while I'm talking, we actually run into some ancient debris. It's not as sparse as it may look. This is where we dug the other day, looking for stuff. You're gonna run into a lot of your other mines as you do this. So you can actually make a network underground if you wanted to look for some debris. This is also helpful if you ever want to dig a perimeter one day. You can get the whole area figured out. You can measure it out. I like gold. I think so far we've gotten 2 stacks of blocks of gold from doing this. This is a really good way to get gold as well. Granted, the tools you're going to want for this is a diamond or a netherite pick. You're going to want efficiency 4 at minimum in order to have this kind of clearing speed on the netherrack. I've got 5 because we use beacons in the overworld to clear stone. We're currently doing a giant creeper farm perimeter dig. If you guys ever want to come by and say hi. But let's see if we can't find some debris. That way we can put our money where our mouth is. But this is the safest way to do this. It's also, in my opinion, one of the fastest. You don't have to load a flying machine. You don't have to worry about duping TNT. You don't have to worry about making a mess, trimming edges. You don't have to worry about gas spawning. I mean, this is really just to the point. And one thing you can do after you're done, or if you're close to having a pickaxe break, just go dig all of your gravel. Gravel's super helpful in the overworld for making concrete, and it's also very good for filling in pools of lava later if you come across them, if you don't have access to sand. Right now in our world, we don't have a desert close by, so gravel would be the next best thing for us to get rid of lava and or water. We're going to disregard that gold for right now. Well, we just hit like the end of biome, so let's kind of do this. You can tell this is more than just one block because the way it pours in from other sides. So this is going to be the end here. Let's go this way. Once you get a couple of arms found in your little area, you can start closing them in and getting the whole area and space cleaned out. And then once you get that done, you can actually go 1 block higher and cut 3 if you run out of space here. But we're starting to get into the Crimson. I'm gonna get away from this because the Crimson Forest is not a fun place to be. It is a good place if you want to dig around Crimson. You can. It's a good way to get lots of pork and lots of leather if you have a looting sword. I think the last time we were down here, we were fighting the pigs. We ended up with 4 stacks of cooked pork because we have fire aspect. And I had 2.5 stacks of leather. On top of however much ancient debris we ended up with. I'm going to use our shovel here and clear this out. I would be collecting this gravel normally. Oh, there we go. There's our first couple of pieces. Now, the general rule when you come across a piece, you want to break around it because they spawn together, but they don't spawn connected. So after you find a few pieces, dig a couple of blocks around to try to find some. And if you don't find some, just continue on your dig. When you reach a point, you turn a corner, just turn and keep going. And you'll find pieces. Let's go this way. One thing I enjoy doing in Minecraft, I like mundane mining for long periods of time. I like clearing blocks out. And if you enjoy doing something like this, then this method of mining in here might be actually fun for you, as weird as that would sound. Because the netherrack breaks so quickly and so efficiently that using a pickaxe in here that's got efficiency 4 just feels so good. And once you find your ancient debris, it just makes the digging more worth it. We're not saving any nether crystals right now. I don't need any. There was some lava there. Looks like it got put out by the gravel, which is great. I think I want to save some of this gravel. Let's do this, since we're coming across it so frequently. That way we can scoop up what we got. Make this trip a little more worth it. Sometimes you'll find ancient debris around where the gravel was, so check the cavity. I've missed a couple. I know my chat's been like, you missed one, it's up ahead. You gotta look up. If you find a lava pocket on the ground, leave it there. It gives you some source of light, kind of brightens up the nether a bit since it's kind of dark to begin with. It gives you a little ray of hope. If you have a 3 like this, you can kind of go wide and cut it up if you wanted to, or you can do one group of 2 by 2 and then one group of 1 by 2. I like to just go across, get that area cleared. And you just rinse and repeat this process until you find as much as you need. I need currently, I would say I need about 16 pieces at the moment. So it's probably going to take us the better part of an hour to find 16 pieces. Maybe an hour and a quarter or so. I thought I was going to a whole new area, but come to find out we're connecting to the same place that we've been digging in. So this is just an extension, and I know exactly how to get back. So I won't necessarily be going back out that stairwell that I made, but if this is your first time in the Nether, you want to use that as a point of reference. Also, what you can do is you can bring 10 obsidian with you, or a shulker that's got obsidian and a flint and steel. That way you can just make a portal and go back out if you find an area that you like, or if you F3 and you see that you're in a biome that you want to be in, so you can go back to it later. And then you can start getting a nether highway put together, and you can have your world be extended by that much more. We're collecting stacks now, so we're going to go ahead and grab all this. A shovel with efficiency 4 is going to clear just as fast, like this right here. So if you're interested in grabbing some gravel and maybe doing some optional looks for other ancient debris, feel free to do so. I'm going to real fast. Maybe not all the way up there, but sometimes you can see a piece. I don't see anything. We're moving on. But I'd like to find a few more pieces just to show you guys how you can see them spawning. Because sometimes they'll be above you, sometimes they'll be below you. We walked right into those pieces. That's an end of biome, so we'll just turn right. Don't let it fret. Dig a hole in front of you. Get a place for the lava to go. It's good to find your boundaries. And like I said, you can come back and circle around it later if you wanna search every crack and crevice. But for the sake of speed, sometimes it's just best to just turn. So since we turned right there and we hit it that quickly, we're gonna go left this time and see if we hit it there. If we don't, we can just keep going around. So yeah, we hit it there as well. Come on now. Cool. I'm gonna dig a little past this way and see if we can't find something else. We came up this way once upon a time. I'd like to find a few more pieces before this pickaxe expires, but if we can't, we've got more. I have more pickaxes personally. You may not, and if you've got mending, you can just go repair it and come back down for another round. We do have some gold back there. I would totally stop and get that, but I'm not worried about that at the current moment. If there's lava up ahead, just dig a hole. Try to be fast enough on your hole digging. That way, it takes a little practice. You'll get there. And then we just patch it up. I like to leave the block on my last part of my bar. That way I can just mouse wheel up straight from the pickaxe to the piece. Seems like a fruitless search cap. We'll dig this one and grab another pickaxe. The advantage to having 8-9 pickaxes is that you can not worry so much about getting one down to the nub and swapping out when you need to. There's also no piglins around at the moment. These are all silk touch picks that I have here. I use those for mining. Because I like getting whole blocks. We can cut them up with fortune later. You really only need one fortune pickaxe with mending. That way you can just maintain, it can maintain its durability from mining all of the ores and stuff. That's what happens if you don't dig a hole out in front fast enough. There's a couple of piglins there. Are we back in the Crimson Forest here? We might be. Nope, nether wastes. Not too worried about that then. Over here. So this is a new branch that you can reach out through now. This is another potential oops, I did that one wrong. Another run that you can do, which can turn into a larger square, which can find you another biome. Hopefully not in the Crimson Forest. Oh, let's go to another run we did. Okay. I may have cleaned this place out. We may have hit all the good spots. That one I can do there. But yeah, dry spells are to be expected. You even get dry spells when you're using TNT and stuff, so it's the same. Ours is a little more concentrated. The area is a little smaller, but you get to run further. We get to cover much longer distances, and then eventually it turns into a big open area. Is that gold above there? Nope, it's lava. It fooled me. Let's see if there's anything behind some gravel here. How many stacks we got? We're full on gravel. Ouch. 1 second. I'd like to keep some of this. Boom, 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 boom. And then we can just do that. Grab you back. Put you there. Eat some food. Oh, there's a ghast over there. Now, a ghast could realistically spawn in this cavity where this gravel came from, but I've never seen one do that before, so don't fret. If you want to fill it back in with netherrack, you can. But I wouldn't advise against it. I'd like to find one more set. So the 3 ancient debris kind of got me a little excited to keep digging. It's the excitement of Minecraft for you. In 4K. Hold out for a few more debris for you guys. That way, you know, it's all just not smoke and mirrors. That pocket of 3. Pockets of 3 aren't rare, but they are uncommon. You can find 2 an awful lot, though. I would say finding 1 is rare. If in your experience you've always found 1 piece, dig around a little bit. You'll find another one. More often than not, there's another piece that's quote unquote attached to it, but not attached to it at the same time. They're in very small, tight groups. Stone kind of deterrent there. Lava. Skirt past it. Nope. End of biome. Turn. Turn and run. Not a lot of lava. So the other day in stream, we had a prediction going because I came down here to find some ancient debris. We put a prediction up if I was going to find 10 debris in 20 minutes. And we didn't find any in 20 minutes. After that, in the next 11, we found 21 pieces. So it averaged out in the half hour, we got 21 pieces in half of an hour. Which sounds really good on paper. And one would expect that you would hit like 1 like every minute or something, and it would be interesting and be exciting. But sometimes you get these stretches of 10-20 minutes where you just don't see one. Oh, there's a piece right there. So this is 1.